This week we're talking about high-performing teams and how we lead them. We really start off our topic by first looking at team formation and how we organize our teams, whether it's very authoritative or much more participative in the leadership of the team. As we then consider how those teams develop, culture becomes a very important part of how our groups function. There's a really interesting article that I provided this week from the New York Times magazine from February that's looking at Google and a study they conducted over a 3-year period of time on their high-performing teams. And what they noticed was there wasn't a lot of rules that applied to why a team was high-performing, but ultimately it came down to culture that formed within that team. And as we think about the organizations we work in, the culture that we create, and as leaders, the culture that we shape and nurture over time becomes incredibly important as to which of our teams are going to be high performing. We also look into delegation this week and when that's appropriate and when that's not, and consider some of the pitfalls that can occur when we over-collaborate too much. And an interesting article from Harvard Business Review looks at the fatigue that can happen on high-performing individuals who are over-collaborated, bottlenecks that can occur because of over-collaboration, as well as the effectiveness of different players on the team. Now, we also consider dysfunction as we look at teams that aren't performing the way we want them to and trying to understand and integrate some of these different perspectives as we look at prescriptive ways for how to move a team from being low-performing and dysfunctional to being high-performing and high-achieving. So those will be the topics that we take up this week as we begin our first of 3 weeks studying teams and team leadership.